Kurt Busch kind of gets inhaled by that Toyota freight train. Going by in the back straightaway, coming off turn number 2.
Well, you know, driving a race car on a racetrack, a lot of driving down the highway. You know, you got yield signs, you got merge signs, and unfortunately, he didn't merge with that train coming at him.
Now, I like how they moved Daniel Suarez now into the second position. First, he started at the tail of this group. We see Martin Truex Jr. finally getting out on track. But I like how Suarez is now in that second position. He gets a little bit more experience of what the car is going to do now with 2 cars behind him. Unfortunately, what he's not going to get a chance to do is be side by side, 3 wide, be in some bigger groups and packs until this race starts if they choose to just draft the 4.
But what I like is the car's fast, and that's a plus. Now he doesn't have to worry about my car's not fast enough to keep up. I got a fast car to keep up. Now I got to worry about my driving.
Now they wanted the 5 Toyotas to draft together, but Martin Truex late to get out on track, and then it looked like he had a tire rub as he was getting up to speed here.
See if we can really determine.
See a little smoke coming out of the right front fender well. Now, was that a little?
It could have been the engine oil, something on the engine where they're working on it, and it just burned that off because it just stopped.
Well, usually, if that's a tire rub, it doesn't go away that quick. They don't seem to be concerned about it.
Well, he's only run 2 laps, and he's half a second faster than Jimmy Johnson, who's also been making just single-car runs.
And you know, DW, when it's a tire rub, you smell that rubber burning inside the car. So usually right away you report that back to the team if that's truly what it is. Not to mention they watch our monitors, see what's going on.
I'm sure they probably told him it's not to worry about. Keep getting it.
Vince?
Well, it's definitely a choreographed dance as we watch these 4 Joe Gibbs Toyotas in the mix, taking turns and running in front, bringing the teammates with them on a pass, where the car handles best in which particular position, as you see Kyle Busch bringing up the rear of those 4 cars right now. But it's not lost on them that Martin Truex Jr. has not been in the mix. Multiple drivers within this JGR group have asked about the 78, so they obviously want to get him involved in the draft, in the mix-up as well. Just haven't had the opportunity to do it right now as they wait on the 78 to get up.
It's a pretty good time running by itself, though. 47.0, 191. That's a pretty good time by yourself.
Now here in replay is the swap. Kyle Busch goes up. Daniel Suarez to the inside.
This is when Daniel Suarez gets clean air on the entire 19 car, and he says, yeah, I like it up front a lot better than I like it behind other cars. That's where you want to be. I mean, he's going to learn right away the car drives better. Everything works better when you're out front.
All right, let's check on the Ford camp. Here's Chris.
Well, Brad Keselowski wanted to do some drafting practice. In this practice, you got that. You were quickest by yourself. In first practice, you ran right near the front in the draft. Are you happy with the 2?
Yeah, reasonably so. You want to be up front and have a car fast enough to do that, and the SKF Ford Fusion so far is that way. But, you know, a little dragging and some other things that the team's going to tune up a little bit and probably sit out the rest of this practice while they work on the car. So always something to work on, Chris.
All right, thanks, Brad.
Thanks, Vince. Martin Truex is going to the garage. Here are the other Stewart-Haas cars.
Going back to talking about the JGR cars, asking where's Truex, they want as many cars as possible. You know, if it were up to them, if they had 10, 12 cars, but they all were working together and they're all from maybe the same manufacturer, they would do that, because what that does is the more cars there are, the more accurate information that they're going to gather for tomorrow night's race.
One thing I liked about Suarez, when Kyle Busch moved up for him to go by, he knew to go by. He wasn't hesitant. You know, it wasn't like, hey, where's he going? I mean, he's pretty savvy when it comes to making moves on the racetrack.
Now, last time they swapped positions, Kyle Busch benefited, went to the top of the chart, 45.877, 196.1.
You can see Suarez is back there. He's still in that draft. It might take one more lap for him to get caught up a little bit more, but I would imagine this next lap will probably be Suarez's fastest lap because he is getting that draft of those 3 cars.
And again, Jeff, that's a good feeling that you get those 3 cars up there ahead of you and you're able to pull back up to them, because a lot of times you get that 4 back, you're done. You lose the draft and away they go and you're sitting there by yourself.
All right, where are the Chevrolets? Alex Bowman is the quickest Chevy. He is 7th. Austin Dillon is 9th. Kyle Larson is 11th. They just don't They have not shown the speed
Well, we saw
of the Toyotas and the Fords.
going back to what I was talking about having a larger group. When they were out there, they were mixing it up with the other manufacturers, other teams. They were actually making moves that I think they're needing to practice for what's going to actually happen tomorrow. These four seem to just be orchestrated. We're going to let you lead. We're going to go to the back and just keep swapping up. This reminds me of the Tour de France right here.
Okay,
Well,
so that was racecraft,
Yeah.
not speed runs.
Just think back to the Daytona 500. They worked together to the very end, and that's what they're doing right now.
Kyle Busch and rookie Daniel Suarez, fastest.